Okay, you guys, good morning. Happy Sunday. I'm excited to be here with you today. So I know you, Michaela. Hello, Catherine. Nice to meet you. Glad you guys are here on a Sunday morning in December and to plan your business. So what we're going to be doing today is we are going to be planning our week and our business, kind of getting our head and our focus in the right place, because I'm sure you can raise your hand if you want to, but I'm sure that we all have a lot going on and there's a lot on our minds right now. And it's also a super exciting time in our business. So I think it's really imperative to take some time on a Sunday to think about what your plan is going to be for the week ahead. And so we'll create our business plan, we'll create a marketing plan, and we'll do a little bit of work as well. Okay, so in the chat box, I am going to go ahead and I'm going to share this again because Alma, if you just jumped in, you won't see what was on the chat box to begin with. So I'm going to do this one more time. Okay, so I'm going to put that back in the chat box. Okay, oops, that was the wrong thing, but that's okay. I did that twice. Hold, please. All right, so I'm going to share. Uh-oh, what just happened? What's happening right now? Sorry, I'm trying to click on my chat box. Give me a sec here. It's like doing all kinds of things. I hope that's not all right. So I'm going to put in the chat box these links and I'm going to try to get back to my screen now. It just like opened everything that I clicked on, basically, I think. Okay, there we go. There we go. All right. So in the chat box are the links for today's presentation, but also for a link to the weekly business planner. So if you don't have something that's working for you in terms of planning for your business, this is something you could use. Okay. So that's that second link there in the chat box. Now, if you don't see it in the chat box, maybe ask somebody else, and one of you guys on here, if you guys could just copy the link to that Google Drive. If someone jumps on later and needs the link to it, that would be super helpful and amazing. Okay. Because when you join a Zoom after something's been shared in the chat, you can't see what's in the chat to begin with. So if you just jumped on here and you missed anything that we're talking about, just request and somebody will drop it in there for you, please. Okay, if we could help each other out, that'd be awesome. So we'll be getting to this. So if this is something you want to download or you want to print, or you just want to use it as a model on a piece of paper, you can do that. But we're going to plan our business today. Okay. So I want to keep us on track here. And I know for me that when there's a lot going on in life and there's so many new exciting things happening. I mean, we dropped job 1 last week. We dropped body not too long before that. We have bikes. We have all these things. It's the holidays. There's just a lot, right? And it can become a little overwhelming and it can become something. And I'm one of those people that when I get overwhelmed, I kind of get paralyzed. Like what I do is I stop. I'm like, I don't know what to do because I'm swirling around everywhere. But I also my focus is everywhere. So then I'm not able to be really strategic and intentional or feel creative when it comes to this business. And this business is something that I love. And so it really helps me to always get my head in the right place first before I do any kind of work. And I also have to do that multiple times throughout the day. Okay. It's not just like one and done in the morning. Like I'm constantly trying to coach my own brain. And a lot of times what I come back to are some of these mantras or these thought statements that keep me in a high vibe place. And so these are just some of them for me. Okay. And so you can read along with me if you want to, but this is something that's just repeating this or reminding myself of these thoughts over and over again. I'm proud of myself for showing up this morning. Be so proud. I'm sure that there's a lot going on behind you or around you, like there is in my house, but be proud of yourself for showing up. I deserve this time for my business. I know I was made to help others. My work today is making an impact. I am exactly where I am supposed to be right now. I can handle this. Bring it on. Watch out, I'm coming. Watch out, here I come. I'm doing this. My favorite one though is the third one. I know I was made to help others. That right there should give you so much confidence right now in what you're about to do. You're here because you're made to help other people. And I love that. But before we go any further, I also wanted to read to you something that was from an email. I shared this with my team last week. But Seth Godin is a really influential like thought leader in the world, just kind of part of popular culture. And this was from his email last week. And so Seth Godin, Godin, if you want to follow him, but it was called, his email, he titled it The Lifeguard Hack. Okay, the lifeguard. And I was a lifeguard when I was a kid, when I was in high school and a couple of years of college. And so it totally related to me. And you don't have to be a lifeguard to get this, but it's really cool. So a lifeguard, we all know what a lifeguard does, right? We know the purpose of a lifeguard. And so I felt like this, what I'm going to read to you is a really great reminder, okay, of the job that we have as coaches. So it goes like this. Who am I to walk up to someone at a party and introduce myself? Who are you to start a new project? Who are they to give a talk on the main stage? Don't raise your hand. Someone else might have a better question. Don't post it. It's not ready. There are endless excuses, comparisons, and reasons to hold back. Unless you're on lifeguard duty and someone is drowning. In that situation, even if you're not the best lifeguard in the world, and even if the water isn't the perfect temperature, and even if you don't quite remember how to do the latest version of the cross chest carry, you jump in the water because it's not for you, it's for them. Generosity unlocks doors inside of us. It's not for you, it's for them. We jump in the water because it has nothing to do with us. It has everything to do about them. And so I love that because I feel like it reminds us that someone needs you today in this moment, right? Someone needs you. And we know, if we know that we were made to help other people, then we know exactly what we need to do. And the anxiety or the fear, right, that we have should not hold us back. It should help propel us forward because we are very clear on the job at hand today. And that's to be a lifeguard, to jump in, even if the temperature of the water is not right? Even if we don't have all the techniques down perfectly, right? Even if we know we're kind of, I'm not so sure about this, it doesn't matter because it's not about us. And I try to remind that to my coaches all the time, like, there's nothing about this that's about us. Like, right, every invite, every social media post, like, it has nothing to do with us. It has everything to do with speaking to your ideal client right now. And whether it's a man or a woman or whoever it is, she, he, they, them, they need you. And there's an opportunity at hand right now with a new program that's only 20 minutes a day that someone, I mean, like, I remember doing like, what was it? T25. I remember doing like all of Shaun T's like short programs, right? And I was like, how can I talk myself out of this? There's no way I can talk myself out of it because it's so short and it's over before you know it, right? Like, someone right now is waking up not feeling so good about herself or himself. Someone right now is like, can hardly even like walk through the motions of life because life is so heavy. And we all know that pushing play, drinking a shake, surrounding yourself with a community transforms lives because it's transformed our life. And so we get to be lifeguards. And we do that by being generous with our words and with our actions, with our love, right? And our connection to other people. And so that's what this session is all about today. And that's what every work session is all about today. We can sometimes let the negative opinions and beliefs of one person take all of that away from us, right? One person. If one person says something negative, we let it ruin all of that goodness inside of us and who we were meant to be right now in this moment. And so we have to not give that one person power and control and allow ourselves a chance to be really awesome today. Okay. And every time you send a message, every time you show up on social media this week. Okay. So I hope that was helpful and got your head in the right place today. All right. So what we're going to do next is we're just going to jump on and we're going to take that positivity and we're going to take our excitement and what we're looking forward to. And we are going to jump on and update our stories. There's so many people that are watching social media and scrolling and watching stories on a Sunday because they're all kind of like chilling out, taking a break, right? And they're just like, all right, let's see what everybody's up to. Like I get so many more views on a Sunday than I do any other day of the week. Okay. And so it's really imperative that you show up. So I'm going to mute myself and we are just going to jump on our stories and we're going to do handheld. We're going to talk. We're going to, yes, it's a video. Okay. Don't just post a picture of us sitting here working together. Talk about what you are excited about this week. Personal life, sure, but also in your business. Like, what are you excited about as a coach, as a lifeguard on duty this week? Okay. And then make sure you drop a poll or a question sticker. And it could just be, we did this last time. What are you excited about this week? What are you looking forward to this week? Right. And so that way you're going to increase some engagement and start some conversations. Tag anybody as well. If you want to drop your handle in the chat box, you can, and we can tag you. Okay. So I'm going to mute myself. You know what to do. Okay, I hope, is everybody done talking? I didn't want to interrupt anybody. All good? Okay. All right, so we updated our stories and let's move forward. Okay, so now we're going to start planning. And this is going to be super awesome. Okay, so we're going to start. The business plan has two sides to it. And again, if you don't have this printed, it's fine. Just do this in a notebook on a piece of paper. But I think this is super helpful to have this in place for the week ahead. Okay, so I'm going to start looking at the time now, and notice that we'll finish at 9:25. But we're going to get started. I'll walk you through it, but I would love for you to kind of fill in the blanks as I'm walking you through this. So the week of, right? What are we the week of? December 6th. Okay, so December 6th. And then we want to write down our goals. Okay, this is kind of fun because we're nearing the end of the year here, but our goals for the year, I hope that you don't change anything about those. Okay, I hope you don't change anything about your goals, but what goals are you shooting for by the end of the year? Okay, then we want to think about what is our goal for our business. This is all about business, your business this month. All right, so in the month of December, think about how many people will you help start their journey. That's what I like to think about, is the number of people I'm going to impact. I always think about impact. That's my word, is impact. So how many people will I help start their journey? Okay. How many business building coaches do I want to help join my team as well? I think about that too, because for me, the changes happen when I joined, yes, as a customer, as a challenger, but the major life changes have happened for me once I started paying this forward. And so when I think about it that way, I want to help other people have that same kind of life transformation as well. And that happens when people join our team to start paying it forward and helping others and building their business too. And so I always have a goal for how many business building coaches I want to welcome to our team as well. Because when I have that kind of scary goal, right, it also helps propel my action forward. And it's messy action usually, but it helps propel me forward as well. So how many people do I want to impact this month? And how many business building coaches would I love to bring on board? That's how I think about it. I also think about how many coaches I would love to help them advance their business. And so maybe that's rank advancing, right? So maybe you have a rank advancement goal, but maybe you also want to think about it. How can I help someone on my team rank advance as well? With a new program, it's so doable, right? To help one of your new coaches or a preferred customer become a coach and help two of their friends get started with job one. That's actually an easier conversation and transition in December, but also when there's a new launch. So that's very possible, very, very possible. Do not take it off the table. Okay. So how many rank advancements on your team or for you? Okay. Would you like to rank advance or get closer to a rank? And then so that we narrow it down then to this week. So if we know that's our goal for the year, this month, what do we need to do this week? Okay. How many new people will say yes to you this week? Right? What is your goal this week for a number of people to say yes to you? Okay, so now we're going to high five ourselves. We're going to celebrate something from last week that we are so freaking proud of. Okay, so what did you accomplish or do, or how did you show up? Something about last week that deserves a high five, and you get to celebrate yourself. We don't do that enough. A lot of times we wait for someone else to notice us and celebrate us. Nope, can't do that. We're all grown-ups. We need to be able to have that confidence to celebrate ourselves. So high five yourself. So write down something that you're proud of that you did last week. Okay, so after that, then we are going to write down our focus for the week ahead. And our focus is where we want to put our energy into our business. Okay, depends on what your start date is for your December challenge group. Okay, so this week you might be spending a lot of time networking and adding to your network. You might spend your time this week inviting to a free group. You might spend your time this week sharing, I don't know, job one, because you're going to launch it starting next week, right? Like whatever it is, think about your start date for your next December group, and that will determine your focus this week. Where does your time and energy need to be put this week in your business? Okay, so that's your focus. So let's write that down. Okay, our VIPs are our very important people. Those are new coaches, new signups, people you need to spend some time with this week, like checking in with. Maybe it's even just like someone that's fallen off, someone that needs your attention. These are people that need your one-on-one attention this week, whether it's a text, a voicemail, whatever. But this is somebody you don't want to forget about this week when the week gets busy. You want to make sure that you touch base with them. So who are some of your VIPs this week you want to make sure you touch base with? And then the last thing that we're writing down are some of the people on, I call it the hot list. These are people that are so close to saying yes. Okay, someone that is super, super close to saying yes to you, that for me, I just really want to try to get in her head. Like what is the story that's holding her back? And I want to be able to speak to that. So I like to think about my hot list, not because it's somebody I'm going to like message 45 times, but because it's somebody I kind of want to get in their head so I can speak to her this week in my messaging on social media. And when I follow up with her, I want it to be super thoughtful and not just a random follow-up. So who are some of the people that are on your hot list this week? They are so close to saying yes. Okay, so we're going to move over as you're finishing up. And now we're on the other side where we start to plan our week. Okay, so we're immediately Monday through Sunday of next week, we're thinking about our week ahead, and we're not writing in all the things like for our family or work or anything like that. We're writing in our business time, when we are going to make time for our business, whether it's early in the morning, whether it's on a lunch break, whether it's late at night. Think about the calls that you have for your team. Like my team has a team call Monday night at eight o'clock. I'm like, what time is our team call? Right? Like if you have any calls, if you have any trainings, if you want to make sure you don't forget about the national wake up call on Mondays at 11 a.m. or I like to also write in when I'm going to listen to the recording. So anything like that, this is just where you write down your business time for the week. Okay. So take about 5 minutes and think about when you're going to be showing up for your business. I also like to write in my workouts. And with job one, it flows really seamlessly that our workout is also part of our job, which I actually think is super cool. So what time are you going to be getting your workouts in? What time will you be showing up to work your business? And then any calls and trainings. Okay. Next slide, I'll be giving you some social media ideas for the week. So just save some room in your little box, just scratch down some social media ideas too. Sorry, I was muted. Okay, so you can screenshot this. I also put it in the chat at one point in time at the beginning. I will copy and paste that again. These are social media ideas for the week. Okay, let's see if I can get this in here. Okay, and I'll just walk you through my thoughts. Okay, it's in the chat again. Okay, so social media ideas for the week. Screenshot it, scratch down ideas, grab it from the chat, whatever works for you. Okay, so Monday for me is my first day of job one. And so I want to show up and just be like, I started something new and it feels really awesome, right? Like I want to show people what I'm doing the whole time I'm doing job one, but I want to share what my goals are and how I want to feel, right? But also how I'm so confident that it's going to work, because I know before I started this journey, I was like, how, like, this is not going to work. Like nothing ever works, right? It's just one of those things. And so I want to make sure that people know like how I'm so confident that it's going to work. But I also think it would be very fun to not just grab my sweaty selfie from day one, but to grab some of the other sweaty selfies from the women in the group who are starting it with me. So people see that it's not just me doing this or just you doing this. So super simple. To say a transformation post of someone else and like that kind of idea of that's a wrap. So like sharing how this works, confidence that it works. So maybe a transformation of another client, a teammate, someone else on your team. If you don't have client and, coach testimonials, if you're brand new, but you could grab like your coaches or something like that and share your inspiration. But I think sharing the transformation of someone else is critical because that's social proof that it's not just you. Okay. And that's what I really want to showcase, community, right? That idea of community. Wednesday is a great day to like give a tip or to educate. 3 ways to blink this holiday season: to eat healthier, take better pictures, like whatever your niche is talking about, save money, style your hair, whatever. Like everybody has their own little favorite things like they're good at. I might be talking about eat healthier. Thursday would be a great day for an engagement post. People like we do feel overwhelmed and anxious about all the things on our to-do list. So like what's still on your Christmas to-do list, right? Friday could be just something fun. And there's a really cute reel. I'll try to grab the audio and save it here because it was a fun reel to do. But I'll try to see if I can grab that here in a second. But it was using the Disney Insta, DISNEYISTA sound. If you just search for that sound, you'll probably find it. But it's just to do something fun. Like Fridays, I try to do something fun. And I'm a mom, so I like to show my family. Okay. Saturday could be the day off from posting, or you could share a healthy holiday recipe. People love recipe shares or any cute holiday ideas, gift ideas, teacher gift ideas, like anything. Like people love that. So giving some value that has nothing to do with health and fitness, but maybe has something to do just like with what you're passionate about. But some sort of like tip or holiday recipe, just something fun. Sunday would be a call to action day. I like to drop calls to action on Sundays. And there's a really great idea where you kind of have this, I call it like putting your own oxygen mask on first, or you can't pour from an empty cup. So just that's kind of might get your head in the right place of how what we're doing fills you up, right? We spend so much time giving and pouring out that our cups are empty in December because it's all of our generosity to others, but we also need to give to ourselves. And that's what we're doing. And it would be a great time for you to drop a call to action to find more out about being a coach, or to join your December accountability group where we are filling ourselves up each day. And that's our number 1 job. So that might be your idea for Sunday. Okay, so write some of those down. Let me see if I can find this clip too. I'll see if I can drop it in there in the chat. My dog's going crazy out here. Okay, I can't find it right now, but we're going to move forward. And if I find it before the end, I'll let you know. Okay. All right, so there's some ideas for your social media for this week. Now, next we're going to create. Okay, we're actually going to create something for today. All right, so what we're going to do is we are going to spend 10 minutes crafting a post to drop tonight. Okay, and this is just my idea. You can do whatever you want to do. But this post is kind of an indirect call to action for joining us. I'm calling it a sales engagement post. It's going to create engagement. It is focused on sales, but you'll see what I mean. So I think it would be fun to use the picture of you doing something for the holiday. You could be with your bags, you could be wrapping presents, you could be in front of a tree, you could be hanging out with friends, like whatever the holidays looks like for you. And maybe something you already have, a picture you already have. Maybe it's from last year's holiday. Okay, holiday PJs, whatever. And so, but what I'm sharing is this is my grown-up Christmas wish. If I could give each and every one of you a gift, it'd be this. And it would be something like, and I just have some ideas below. Think of what your ideal client needs right now and today? Is it self-care? Is it confidence? Is it clarity? Is it a good night's sleep? Is it feeling amazing about herself and her when she walks in her closet, things fit. She's not trying to buy a new wardrobe for the holiday season because of the last 6 months, 2 years, whatever, right? You can make it serious or funny. I'm going to make mine serious, like motivational, inspirational, serious. Have fun with it. The idea is to help your ideal client feel seen and understood. Kind of like she could say, me too, right? That is me. You know me. You're talking to me. Okay. So you like want to get in her head. And then the engagement part, because what we're doing here is we're sharing what we do and how we help people. But the engagement part is your last sentence. What's on your wish this year, your wish list this year? Share it with me in the comments. Okay. So think about that. It's your holiday wish that you would give your ideal client and how you want her to feel, right? How you want her to wake up, how you want her 2022 to be, something like that. So think about, it's going to be different for everybody. But think about what she needs. Okay, so I'll mute myself and I'm going to give you all a chance to start typing. Okay, and to start figuring this out. And what I just recommend is that you set a reminder on your phone about 7 o'clock tonight to finish and post this. Okay, if I don't set a reminder, I'll be like, oh my God, it's 9 o'clock. I totally forgot to do that. So set a reminder on your phone to finish and post this, so that you have a great post up tonight that's going to create engagement and help her feel seen and heard. Okay, so mute myself and let's get to work. Okay, so make sure you set a reminder on your phone so you don't forget to post it or to finish it. Okay, so that is our post that we'll put up tonight. That should be fun to do. And then what we're going to do next is we're going to send some invites. So I'll drop these in the chat box, but we're going to spend 10 minutes inviting people. I like to spend time. I think it's totally 100% appropriate to invite people who watch your stories. That's why I think it's so important to put stories up and to have 5 or so or more up each day. So you can see who's watching your stories. Cause I feel like that's somebody who is like ready to invite them, like they're watching you, they see what you are up to and they watch you all the time. So invite them, be like, hey, like, did you want to do this with me? Also, anyone who engages on your post. That's why I think it's important to have content up, because then we know who to talk to. So when I say engages on my post, I mean people who like it or who comment on anything. Okay, like even if it's just a random quote about a Christmas movie. Okay, like totally be like, hey, did you want to info about this? Because if they saw your Christmas movie post, they see you post about everything else. They just don't engage with it. Okay. So you are more than welcome to just flat out invite people who are showing up. I call it in your store, right? Your social media is your storefront. They showed up, they watched, they liked, they commented, they are inside of your store. Why would we not say, hey, do you want to do this with me? Okay. But if you don't have any social media content up, then what I would do is I would invite people who are on your list or people who are on your heart, people who you would love to do this with you, people that you've been thinking about. Okay. And so we always want to have that kind of list too. But that's why we want to put up content. So we always have people to reach out to. Okay. That's why we want to get on the other power hours and expand and connect our network. So there's always new eyes and new people on our content. So we never run out of people to invite. I've been doing this for almost 10 years and I've never, ever run out of a single person I've never said, I don't have anyone to invite. We do the connecting, the expanding of our network. So then this happens. Okay. So make sure I'm plugging those other power hours to jump on those other power hours during the week. All right. So I am going to mute myself. We've got invites to send. My invites are revolved around job 1 because that's what I'm doing. Tweak this. If you're not inviting to job 1 or you're inviting to do the ultimate reset or just your December wellness group, change it. Okay. But this is my invite for job 1. I'll drop them in the chat and we're going to spend the next few minutes until 9:55 inviting to get some momentum in our inbox. People are on their phones on a Sunday. Shooting a message out at people on a Sunday is an amazing idea. It's such a good strategy because people are available to talk to you right now on Messenger or on DMs. They're available. They're there. They're home. Okay. So this is a really great thing to do. So I hope it serves you well today. All right. I'll drop these in the chat box. Okay, raise your hand if you sent some invites. Let me see your hands go up. Okay, good deal. Feeling good? Did you send some invites? Looking at you. Okay, yay. All right, awesome. Okay, last thing to do is we're going to send some follow-ups. Again, getting in inboxes on a Sunday is so good. And I dropped this follow-up script in the chat box already. So it's already there for you. I think this one really works well for me. Hey, Sarah, I hope you've had the best weekend. Just circling back. I like to say just circling back before tomorrow while you are on my mind. I'd love to help you get started. If you're ready, I'm here for you. I actually remember this Sunday night. I said yes. I was so dang nervous, but I will never look back and regret it. How close are you to doing this with me? What seems to be holding you back? So that is usually something that is super effective for me and always gets a response. Okay. This is someone that I've sent more info to. This is someone that's told me like what changes they want to make this month. Okay. So if you want to send a follow-up to someone who you've invited but hasn't responded, I always just like to say, hey, Sarah, I hope you've had a great weekend. Just circling back. Did you get my last message? I'm super excited about this and I don't want to leave you out. Do you want me to send you the info today? And you just ask that question again. Okay, so let's do that. 5 more minutes. Okay, team, that's a wrap, you guys. Oh, good. I'm glad to hear you got so much done, Alma. Yay. Good job. Good job. I'm so glad it was great. Okay, so you guys, let's take a quick photo. You can take one too on your end so you can show everybody who you showed up with today and that you showed up. I'll count to 3. Clean off your lens. I always have to clean off my lens. It gets fingerprints on it. Okay, you ready? Okay, 1, 2, 3. All right, got our photos. Okay, I'll see you guys. Hope you have an amazing week. Thanks for being here today. I'll see you later. Bye.